So recently I've been discussing with myself and thinking deeply on the trail, is the Canon 90D or any DSLR relevant today? I have a number of reasons why I believe this is still a very relevant body, and if you're thinking of investing in a camera, this is a fantastic either upgrade or camera to begin with. In this video, I'll give my thoughts on why I believe this is still relevant for you today and the benefits I actually believe that this still has over the current trend for mirrorless, especially on a pound for pound or a dollar for dollar basis. This is absolutely fantastic value. By the way, no sponsor, no influence. This is just my personal thoughts, having used this camera now for a year and upgraded from a previous Canon. First things first, it's a mirrorless camera. If I switch this on, now, that is basically a mirrorless camera right there. I can rotate this, I can have it forward facing. You can see my phone there probably filming. I can rotate it around and have it on the back. Super flexible LCD, fully mirrorless, and I use this camera in the mirrorless mode probably 80 to 90% of the time. The DSLR, the optical viewfinder mode, I do use for framing off film, and actually when it's so bright, it's absolutely brilliant for those conditions because you can't always see the LCD screen and it does not always give you a true representation of your final image. So therefore the optical viewfinder in my mind actually still rules over the LCD screen, but the LCD screen gives you some benefits such as the zoom in. So the 90D gives you absolutely the best of both worlds. So when using it in LCD mode, of course you've got all the information on the screen. You've got the histogram, you have all the exposure details, the settings, the focus mode, the drive, etc. So it's absolutely, in my mind, the best of both worlds. One thing that this camera does have, which is now obviously pretty common in mirrorless cameras, is live tracking. This camera on the screen has, when used in LCD mode, has full live tracking, including eye focus. Absolutely brilliant. I use that a lot when taking certain types of images. My primary genre for photography is landscape, but I am a very keen street photographer as well. The live tracking is absolutely brilliant for that. The other thing is weight. People with mirrorless often go on about the weight of a camera because they're lighter, but actually most of the weight is in the lenses. So if you've got I have a 100 to 400 millimeter lens, that in itself is a kilogram. This camera actually balances brilliantly with that lens. If your camera's too light, you lose that balance. My kind of thinking on that is that actually camera bodies in the mirrorless age can be too small. And when they're small, they actually detract from some of these. So you've got to go pretty high in the budget to beat this camera for the capabilities in that area. The other thing with this camera in particular is the number of lenses. It uses the EF system, so actually there are hundreds of different lenses out there that can be used on this camera. One of the reasons I upgraded from my previous model was because I could take all my lenses with me. This is an 18-135, which is a common kit lens with the Canon bodies. This is a brilliant stock lens to use when starting out. I have upgraded since to the 10-18, 100 to 400, and also a 30mm prime. Check out my other videos. I have done videos on how I utilize those lenses and the kind of photography I do with those, and also the pros and cons of each of those lenses. One of the other things that is absolutely brilliant about this is battery life. When framing and composing images, I often use the optical viewfinder. Absolutely fantastic for just framing that image without using the LCD screen. You can see what you're going to be taking the image of. You're not using all that battery. I do carry spare batteries, but in a year of having this camera, only on one photo shoot have I had to change camera battery itself. So it's actually the longevity and the life of those batteries is, in my mind, second to none. You're not going to get the same kind of life out of mirrorless, because if you do use this full mirrorless, then it's going to be similar to the current range of mirrorless cameras. But when using the optical viewfinder, absolutely brilliant for just giving you that longevity and being able to shoot all day. One of the other things about this camera is the video. The video is really high spec. I'm not going to do a full technical review of this camera. This is just my thoughts, but the video on this is absolutely brilliant. Now, when I'm doing these YouTube channels, because I just got this one body, I shoot with my phone, but actually some of the images when I'm shooting landscapes I've taken with this because the quality is absolutely outstanding. The image stabilization is brilliant, and with the lenses that I've got a much greater variety of options. So I can use the 100 to 400 telephoto, or I can use the 10 to 18 wide angle to really capture the environment that I'm shooting when I'm doing video. The other thing with this is, I know there's a lot of discussion about APS-C sensors, which is this crop sensor, whether it be full frame, even medium format. And I've seen a lot of people jump in between the various different kinds. And then it's very interesting when people do lens reviews, because they often do them on full frame sensors. This has got a compact sensor, which means that I was looking for landscape photography telephoto for a 100 to 400mm lens. Again, I'll put the link in the description for that video below. But I was also looking at a 150 to 600. What was really interesting about that, the 100 to 400 is half the weight. So when I'm hiking and when going backcountry, it's absolutely brilliant. The other thing is, with the APS-C camera, it actually gives me an effective reach of around about 150 to 600 anyway on the 100 to 400. So that's absolutely something that people don't often say is a big benefit of these, especially if you are walking, if you're hiking, if you're going out and carrying equipment with you. There's a lot of people I know that got 150 to 600 on full frame cameras and they leave them at home a lot of the time because they're too heavy. Another big pro of this particular camera. The other thing with the sensor is it's 32.5 megapixels. That's plenty. I know there seems to be a race to maximize the number of pixels, 100 pixels, massive numbers of pixels. Personally, I'm not going to be displaying this on the side of a stadium or a building. This is for me. A3 plus printing is perfectly fine for me. It's great for displaying in 4K. So this is absolutely the right, sweet spot frame size for me. The other thing when considering this is lenses often become soft around the edge. Now, of course, if your sensor in the middle is slightly smaller, you don't necessarily suffer from that edge softness that some lenses present. So that's, again, another little thing that I've come across. Right, so final thoughts. I never regret buying the Canon 90D DSLR. I would highly recommend that if you're in the market for an upgrade or a new camera, this is something seriously considering. I know that manufacturers are rushing to mirrorless, but I believe that pound for pound, dollar for dollar, this is still outstanding value. It has all the features of mirrorless, plus all the features of a DSLR with the optical viewfinder. So for me, this is zero regrets in getting this. I won't be looking to upgrade this for a long, long time. If I have to change this body, then I will consider getting another 90D. However, if they're no longer manufactured, then I'd obviously switch to mirrorless. The specifications on this camera, in my mind, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, far outweigh those of mirrorless cameras at the moment. Mirrorless may drop in price over the next period of time, but actually at this point in time when I'm making this video, this to me, zero regrets buying this. Absolutely amazing camera, and I would highly recommend this if you are looking to upgrade, or if you are looking to maybe get a second body even, and you've already got the Canon EF range of lenses. Thank you very much for your time. That's really just my thoughts. It's not a technical review. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Remember, check out some of my other videos on the equipment and also my landscape photography and post-processing. And if you do find this useful, please like and subscribe. As I say, brilliant lens. Definitely put it on your shortlist.